Now, Prime Minister Harper, of course, calls Calgary home. The Prime Minister, along with Calgary Mayor Naheed Nenshi and Alberta Premier Alison Redford, toured the affected areas via military helicopter. The Prime Minister has pledged the full support of the federal government in dealing with the flooding. Now, for more on this and the rest of the political reaction, Mark Dunn joins us live from Ottawa. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Pretty good. We just talked to a Calgary resident about what it's like on the ground there, and obviously the federal government, all levels of government, are going to have to get involved in what's going to be a massive cleanup operation.
Yeah, without a doubt, Brian. It's a trilateral, if you will, effort. With the Calgary mayor, the premier, and of course the federal government. The federal government has already sent several hundred troops. I think by the time the weekend's over, they'll have roughly 1,200 troops out there helping. Of course, the government has promised to provide equipment, federal aid, and of course, when some of that stuff dries up, the government does have emergency funding programs. There's a special formula that Canadian communities can use to tap into that. So the government is providing as many resources as needed. And it's right when you mentioned, the Prime Minister went out there yesterday and he toured the area by helicopter. Let's have a listen to his reaction to what he saw.
I've seen a little bit of flooding in Calgary before. I don't think any of us have ever seen anything like this. The magnitude is just extraordinary. I know we're all very concerned that if it gets much more than this, it could have real impact on infrastructure and other services longer term. So, we're obviously just hoping that things will subside a bit. And I know that my provincial and municipal colleagues and their departments are all very much on top of that. But look, it is stunning. When my wife and I, Lorena and I, were looking at pictures through here last night, areas we know, and as I said, I've never seen anything like it. I never imagined you could have a flood of this magnitude in this part of the country.
And you saw just over the Prime Minister's shoulder, Brian, Jason Kenney, the Immigration Minister. He's also the federal minister responsible for Alberta. Of course, the House of Commons isn't sitting. Mr. Kenney will certainly be acting as a go-between between for federal efforts and the municipal and provincial efforts. And just on another note, politically, of course, the Conservatives have a convention set for next weekend. And this could be threatened. Thousands of delegates were expected to converge on the city to discuss policy. Party officials say that they will give an update Monday as to whether that convention can proceed.
Mark, as you know, as we both know, the Prime Minister has a solid personal connection to Calgary. This has to be having some sort of an emotional impact on him.
Well, I think I just used his own words when he talked about, it's just stunning. And, when he looked overhead and he saw the massive flooding. I think I read some reports yesterday that his stepdad is in the High River area. He's been impacted by that. He's got a lot of family and friends out there. So this is one of these kind of things that will touch him personally, but he is the Prime Minister, and he would certainly offer the same aid and equipment and assistance in any kind to any Canadian community under similar circumstances.
All right. Thanks for this, Mark.
You're welcome.
That's our Mark Dunn, and he joined us from Ottawa. We'll get more from Mark in the next hour.